So the question that we are solving over here is called Sudoku Solver. So what we are doing is now we need to solve this board, and we need to make sure that for every empty space we put a digit. There shouldn't be a repeated digit. These are the rules that you can read about how to solve the Sudoku. Now the core idea is backtracking. Now, instead of rescanning the board every time to check whether a digit is legal or not, what I'm doing is I'm keeping three sets. So, one set of used digits for every row, and then every column and each of the box. So, 3 into 3 box. So, every cell at R comma C will belong to one of the boxes. So I've assigned this over here, so it's a set. And then I also have the empties, which is a list of whatever needs to be filled. So how do I start? I start with going through this whole puzzle. So for R in range 9 and for C in range 9, um, the cell that we are at, I assign it a variable v. Now I'm checking if this cell is empty, right? If this cell is empty, then I'll append it to this empties list. This is what I'm keeping a track of. This is how do I convert this into one of these boxes. So I have put like a grid. So for every cell, I'll check its position, and this is how you convert it. This is like a classic way to convert it. So 3 in floor division 3 times 3 plus C floor division 3. Then if it's not empty, then I will add this in the row in the column. So this V, the cell that we were at, I will add this in the row in the column in the box. Now this is the first pass. So what the first pass is doing, it is filling the set from whatever is given, and it is collecting every cell into a list. Now this backtracking solution, what it does is that it takes the empty cell. So for each digit that is not already used in its row, column or box, it places the digit, recurses to the next cell, and if that is a dead end, then it removes the digit and then it will try the next one. So this is what it's doing. Now if it reaches this, so for I equals to length of the empties that we collected over here, if I reaches that, which means that every blank got filled, so the board is solved. Now we check, this is called so what we are doing over here is we are unpacking the tuple, and this is how you unpack a tuple. So what Python does, it lets you pull the two values out of the pair into two variables at once. Again, we are doing the same allocation of the box. Now we're checking that for D in any of these numbers, if this D is not in your row, it's not added in the columns, if it's not in the box, then we tentatively write the digit into the board. And then we do our add method again that inserts an item into a set. So rows is a list of 9 sets, and then we add the digit into this. And now if we add the digit and then we do backtracking for the next empty cell, and then if that is true, if that is also done, so it successfully takes place, then we return true, which means all cells are now filled. However, if that doesn't work, if you reach a dead end, then you undo it. So we will only reach over here because D did not work out. So we erase it from the board and remove it from our three sets, and we will restore everything to exactly how it was where when before we guessed. And then at the end, if this doesn't work out, we return false, and at the end we call backtracking on 0, which is the first cell.